stay keyed in. Today I want to talk about the fact that it is my work-aversary, work anniversary. I don't know what you call it. But I know that I have been working for Mosaic Templars Cultural Center, Arkansas's African American History Museum for 14 years. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've been here 14 years. It seems like I snapped my fingers and the time passed. And so in honor of that 14, I want to share 7 things that have changed and 7 things that have stayed the same. And I want to start with number 1. I bet you guys didn't know that the one thing that has changed is actually the museum's name. Now, it's a subtle difference, but the museum went from Mosaic Templars Cultural Center to adding a Museum of African American History and Culture. I bet you didn't know that. So that's one thing that has changed. Now, one of the things that have stayed the same, I wonder what it could be. Yeah, one of the things that has stayed the same is this pediment. Now, obviously, it stayed the same in terms of shape, but it has always been right here as you enter the museum because this sucker is glued to the, like it's not coming up. So no matter the changes we do at the museum, I guarantee you could come to this baby 50 years from now and this pediment would still be here. Come on, let me show you some more of the things that have changed and stayed the same. Now, while the auditorium has always been the auditorium, we use it in a completely different way. When we first started, we thought it'd be more lectures and symposiums, but now we have more amazing partnerships and programs and productions in this space. We've even included a catering kitchen so that we can host and serve and welcome more people. Now, the thing that has stayed the same is our Black Hall of Fame exhibit. That's a partnership with the Arkansas Black Hall of Fame, where every year they feature amazing Arkansans who are making differences not only in our state, but throughout the world. Come on, let me show you the next thing that is different. Now, another thing that has changed here at the museum is collections. We are always acquiring new things and our collections have increased. We're always trying to find more things to tell the story of African Americans in Arkansas. This is our on-site collections facility where we house things when we're waiting to start new exhibits. Let's take a peek. Oh no, clearly, we're in action. Getting ready to start a new exhibit, so you don't want to see that space. But I do want to show you now something that has stayed the same. And this is something that's really sentimental to me. It has been here for 14 years. I bet you have no idea what it's going to be. It's actually something that's in my office. I love it. I use it absolutely almost every day. Don't look at my office, just look at this. These red chairs. Oh, they're so comfy. Now, the reason that I love these is that these are the same chairs that our first director, Constance Sarto, had in her office. And I always wanted these chairs. I mean, I coveted these chairs, but I never thought that I would get a chance to have them. So 14 years later, I still love these chairs. As a director, now I get to have them in my office. Oh, well, I can't stay for too long because I will probably fall asleep. They are absolutely comfortable. If you've ever been in my office, you know. Okay, but enough of that. Let me show you the next thing that has changed. So another one of the things that are different, actually one of my favorite new spaces in the museum is our children's gallery. Same, different, amazing. All part of the renovation that we just recently done. Kids can come in here and explore and learn what it means to be them, no matter who they are, where they come from, or the background. This is one of my favorite new spaces at the museum. One of the things that has not changed at the museum is our commitment to children and education. And one of our longest standing education programs that we offer throughout the state, absolutely free of charge, is Speaking Up, Speaking Out. And that program is all about teaching kids to use their voices as a tool and an instrument of power and change. And at the end of the program, the kids get to make these really cool buttons that they can wear that shows some of the things that they believe in and how they plan to use their voice for change in the world. Let's keep going, and I'm going to show you another area that has changed in the museum. Are y'all still here? No, but so one of the things that has changed is our theater. Because you know, all the world's a stage. Well, not that kind of theater. This is actually our 360-degree theater. So our visitors that come into the museum, This is their introductory experience into the museum that tells them a little bit about Arkansas's African American experience and preps them as they go into our gallery space. Now, one of the things that has absolutely stayed the same are our banners. We have these amazing banners that have always been at the museum, but if you've noticed, they've actually changed. Now the banners are art, amazing art, and they were created by the amazing artist Perry and Hurd. Come on, let me continue to show you some more things that have changed and stay the same. I don't know if you've heard yet, but I hope that you have, because it's our next thing that's different. And it's the fact that Juneteenth is now a national holiday. And that is something that has changed. So while the museum has always celebrated Juneteenth since we've been here, now we've got a different focus. It's going to be bigger and better in 2022. We hope that you're ready. Now, if you've been to the museum before and you had to maybe stop in this area, I'm sure that you had to see this amazing piece. So one of the things that have definitely stayed the same at the Mosaic Temperance Cultural Center is our commitment to supporting Black excellence and the way of art. This amazing piece is a part of our Arkansas Cultural Natural Resources Grant, and this amazing piece, Colorless, is by Robert Brandon Maddox. Again, another example how the museum wants to make sure that we continue to cultivate creativity and Arkansas African American history and culture through the arts. Now, the last spot on our tour, as I've talked to you about 7 things that are the same and 7 things that are different, is our museum store. It's got a whole new name and a whole new commitment. Arkansas Made, Black Crafted. It is our commitment to making sure that we are supporting African American artists in Arkansas by trying to display and sell as many products as we can in our store that have that particular theme. And the last thing that has not changed and that has always stayed the same is the mission of Mosaic Temperance Cultural Center to preserve, interpret, and celebrate Arkansas's African American history. Thank you so much for being here the past 14 years with me at our amazing museum. I hope that you guys have an amazing day and a happy holidays.